going to discuss defining user menus. Just like we're using a Filepro menu right now to run Filepro, you can design your own menus to run your own programs. You see how useful it is to be able to just pick a letter and jump right into a program. It's also just as useful, and even more so, to help you get your users into the programs you design, or to help you design your own programs. Defining user menus is the way you get into them, and we'll design one right away. Here are all the menus on our system. You can see we have many hundreds of menus. They're old, some of them are legacy, some aren't used, but there are just lots of them. We'll start by going into new. Oh, and by the way, let me break back out here. If you see that up at the top, we have no file. We have the file name VG customer set, and it doesn't matter. We enter define menus. There's nothing, no customers file, no files are important. Menus are not related in any way to a file profile. They are outside of that entirely. So let's pick enter for new, and let's call one. How about VG test menu? Okay, that's our VG test menu. The heading, let's call it tutorials testing menu. And here, version. What is version? Well, version is this little short field where it was thought that you could put a version number for the menu, have it go higher and higher, like 1.0, 1.2, 1. Whatever. But I will tell you this, the sanest and best thing you could put in this field is the name of the menu. VG test menu. It's sometimes, VG test. In other words, put some indication of what the name of the menu is there, as much as you could fit in there. If the menu name is much longer, just pick part of it so you get a rough idea. And that's because, now I'm going to save this screen. I'm going to press escape, record, go to the next screen. On Windows, you're only going to press one escape to get to the next screen, or you'll jump by this screen. This is the define menu screen, by the way. Now, the reason why I did put a name there was if you're running a Filepro system with lots of users, let's say we have someone running Victoria's menu. Here's Victoria's menu, and she then she's inside this file, and she goes here to another menu, and on this screen she picks something, and it could be just as easy to, or just it's possible that she picks some other menu even from here and so forth. Finally, at the end of it all, she's going to have a problem, and she's going to call you and say, I'm having a problem, and you're going to say, well, what menu are you on? What menu choice? And tell her to look up in the top right, and she'll see the name of the menu. This menu is called NPIL menu, label menu. This menu is called Victoria. I took to doing this a long time ago because I can say, oh, you're on the Victoria menu, and the choice you're having problems with is choice 5. Okay, I can go fix that. I can go find that. If you write something in the version for a menu, let me say this. Let me go out of here. Let's say we go and define this menu again, the VG test menu. And if you write in this menu something like version 1.00, that's what's going to appear on the top of the screen as users use this menu. And you're going to say, well, what menu are you on? And they're going to say, oh, I'm on 1.0, and it doesn't help you, 1.0 menu. So in any case, that's why I put a title here. Okay. We're on the test menu. I pressed escape to get to the record to the next line. Here's what the menus are about. If you notice at the bottom of the screen, we have some prompts, F5 for a script file, and escape to record and del to answer. I'll go over this in a minute. And then there's the Filepro help. I'm going to go over that in a little bit too. Right now, the menu that we are designing is on the bottom left. It's called VG test. The single character letters on that we're in right now, on the top you'll see we're on choice. Here is the actual description. This is the action, and here is a long description. These are elements, just like the processing table elements, essentially, except they're not run sequentially. These are just menu elements. If I were to put, say, menu choice A here, and say, we could say order file. And then, what would I put on the action line? The action line would have to be something to take me into the order file. Let's make it the customer file so it matches what we've been working with. Customer file. To get into the customer file, we want to use Filepro's clerk program. To do that, we'll put /FP because that's the program directory that all Filepro files are in. And we'll put the name of the program, our clerk. Actually, let's put dclerk here. Dclerk. There are two programs. One is the runtime version of Clerk, which takes you into Inquire, Update, and Add, and one is the debugging version of Clerk. It actually stands for the guy's name, Dave, who wrote it, but at this point it's been updated so many times in the past 25 years, I call it debugging Clerk. It's the version of Clerk or Inquire, Update, and Add that has the debugger built into it, so you can check things. Okay, what's the name of the file? Well, that's the name of the program we want to run. It's this first thing, starting from this character over here. What's the thing we want to run? What file do we want to go into? We want to go into VG Customers. And what screen do we want to go to? We want to go to screen 1. Okay? And down here we could just put a long description. This takes me or you into the VG Customers file. Okay? Let's store this. Okay, and the problem is, do we want to change the menu password? No. We can password menus. Do I want to hard copy this menu? No. Okay, let's pick choice G over here to run it. Run a user menu, G. And the one we want to run is VG test. Okay, here's the menu. We're running the menu. It has our title, which we called Tutorials Testing Menu, has choice A, and it has an exit choice. Okay, now, if I pick choice A, what happens? Well, it takes me right into the customers file. Very kind of neat. If we hit enter, enter, we'll go to record 1. Now, I put some new data in this file. In fact, I put about 40, 50 records in so that we can test some things later. It's not going to have our same old friendly records that we've been using for the rest of the tutorial, but it is the same file. You can see it's the same screen. Everything looks the same. And we got into it with only one keystroke. Bang, right into Clerk. I didn't have to pick the file name, I didn't have to pick the screen, etc. It's very useful to be able to do this from a Filepro menu. I'm going to exit out now, and I'm back on the main Filepro menu. We go add something to that menu. If I go to 6 to find user menus, and tutorials menu, on the action line, I'm going to put another option. We're picking screen 1, dash, all the options generally start with a dash screen 1, space, and put another option, dash H, and then let's put a space and then write something. How about VG customer file? This means this is a heading, dash H, and then a literal title for what you want as the heading. Okay, I'm going to try that. Let's see what this looks like. Shouldn't do much. I run G and I run VG. I pick choice A. Same place, takes me to the same file, but up in the top in the box there, instead of saying Inquire, Update, and Add, it now says VG customer file. So they know they're in the right place. This is very useful to tell people what file they're in, because every Clerk menu looks exactly the same. If it just says Inquire, Update, and Add there, you literally have to go like this, go to record 1 to see, okay, I'm in the file I recognize. Very important to try and put headings on all your files.